Hi everyone. In this session, we are going to discuss about closure properties of regular languages. What are the closure properties of regular languages? Okay. Now, what closure properties convey? They convey the fact that when one or more languages are regular, then certain related languages among them are also regular. When one or more languages are regular means then certain related languages are also regular. So closure properties conveys this rules, this fact. Okay. Now let us see. First, first property is the union of two regular languages is regular. If you are taking two regular languages, suppose L1, L2. If L1, L2 are regular, then L1 union L2 is also regular. Suppose L1 is A closure and L2 is B closure. Both are regular languages. Then L1 union L2 means A closure union B closure is also regular. So what is the first property? Union of two regular languages is also regular. Coming to the second property, the intersection of two regular languages is also regular. If L1 and L2 are two regular languages, then L1 intersection L2 is also regular. Let's see. If L1 is A closure union B closure and L2 is B closure union C closure, both L1 L2 are regular. Now L1 intersection L2. Intersection means the common thing from the both languages, right? What is the common thing? B closure. So L1 intersection L2, which is B closure, is also regular. So second property is intersection of two regular languages is also regular. Next, coming to the third property, the complement of a regular language, is also regular. Complement of a regular language is also regular. Means if L is a regular means regular over an alphabet, then its complement. How you can get its complement? By subtracting the given language, from alphabet closure. What are all the possible strings that can be generated from the alphabet minus the strings that are present in the language? That gives us the complement. Okay. Suppose if L is regular means its complement is also regular. Let us see one example. L equal to A union B closure AA means set of all strings of an alphabet AB that ends with AA, that ends with two A's. This is my language L over an alphabet AB. Then it is regular. Then L1, L complement, that is alphabet closure minus L, which means set of all strings of an alphabet, over an alphabet which do not end with two A's is also regular language. Our given language is set of all strings A union B closure ending with AA. Set of all strings over an alphabet AB ending with AA is our given language. It is a regular language. Then its complement. Its complement means from the whole we are subtracting the strings of this language. Okay, means set of all strings over alphabet AB that do not end with AA is also regular. So if L is regular, then its complement is also regular. That is third property. Okay. Coming to the fourth property, difference of two regular languages is also regular. Difference of two regular languages is also regular. If L1 and L2 are regular languages, then L1 minus L2 is also regular. L1, A closure union B closure, L2, B closure. Now, their difference means we have to subtract them. We have to do difference. A closure union B closure minus B closure means we will be getting only A closure. Even this is also regular language. Okay. If two languages are regular, then their difference is also regular. That is fourth property. Coming to the fifth property, the reverse of a regular language is also regular. The reverse of a regular language is also regular. Suppose language contains these strings AA, AB, BAA and this is regular. Then its reverse means AA, BA. and then AAB. Reversing the strings of that particular language gives the reverse of the language. Then that is also regular. So a language is given which is regular. Then its reverse is also a regular language. That is the fifth property. Okay. Next, sixth property. The closure of a regular language is also regular. The closure of a regular language is also regular. If L is regular, then L closure is also regular. Suppose L is A closure union B closure, then its closure, that is A closure union B closure, its whole closure is also regular. So the closure of a regular language is also closure. This is sixth property. Next, coming to the seventh closure property. The concatenation of two regular languages is also regular. If L1 and L2 are two regular languages, then their concatenation L1 dot L2 is also regular. If suppose L1 is A union B closure and L2 is A B closure B, then their concatenation, that is A union B closure concatenated with A B closure B, is also regular. Okay, so concatenation of two regular languages is also regular. This is the seventh property. Next, coming to the eighth property, the homomorphism. The homomorphism of a regular language is also regular. Homomorphism of a regular language is also regular. What do you mean by homomorphism? Simply a substitution of some particular strings with some symbol is nothing but homomorphism. What do you mean by homomorphism? Substitution of strings, some particular strings with symbols is nothing but a homomorphism. Let us say, take one example. Let language L is 010. This is my language 010. This language is accepting one string, that is 010. Then suppose there is a homomorphic function h, which is defined as h of 0 is A and h of 1 is B. Means two strings AA. This string is substituted by 0, the symbol 0, and B is substituted by symbol 1. H of 0 equal to AA means AA is getting substituted by 0. H of 1 equal to B means B is getting substituted by 1. This is the homomorphic function. Now, then after applying the homomorphism function for our given language, the language becomes AA, B, AA, because first you have 0, right? In place of 0, you are writing AA. Next, in place of 1, you are writing B. Next, in place of 0, again 2 A's. So writing like this. And this is also a regular language. After applying homomorphism also, the result will be a regular language. So homomorphism of a regular language is also regular. This is the eighth principle. Okay, eighth closure property. Next, coming to the ninth closure property, which is the last property, that is inverse homomorphism of a regular language is also regular. You got to know about homomorphism, right? Homomorphism means substituting strings with symbols is nothing but homomorphism. Now, what do you mean by inverse homomorphism? Inverse homomorphism. Let H be homomorphism function, homomorphism, and L is a language whose alphabet is the output of H. L is a language whose alphabet is output of H, is the output of H. Now, inverse homomorphism applied to L, you will be getting one string. You will be getting one string. When you apply homomorphism H of W for that string, homomorphism for that string, then that string belongs to your L. H is a homomorphism function and L is a language whose alphabet is output of H, whose alphabet is output of H. Now, if you apply inverse homomorphism on your language, you will get string W. Now, when you apply homomorphism on that W, that result will be in your language. Let us understand by simple example, then only you can clearly understand about this property. Okay, now let's see the example. Let A equals to A, B, B, A, and homomorphism function is H of 0 is A, H of 1 is B, H of 2 is AB. I'm taking three functions, h of 0a, h of 1b, h of 2ab. Then h inverse of L. Okay. Now a, in place of a I'm taking 0, in place of b 1. Okay. Okay, let us take this as ABAB. It's not ABBA, ABAB. Let us think the language is ABAB. Then 0101, it is satisfying according to h of 0, h of 1. Next 2, AB. AB is represented by h of 2, right? So you can write 2. Next 201, first AB with 2 and then next A with 0, next B with 1. Next 012 means first A as 0, first B as 1, next followed by 2 AB, AB as 2. So these are the four strings that can be generated by using this inverse. Now when you apply homomorphism function for this inverse, now 0101, in place of 0 you can use 1, A. In place of 1 you can use B. In place of 0 again A. In place of 1 you can use B. Now for all the 4, 0101 you are getting AB, AB. 22 AB, AB. 201 AB, AB. 012 A, B, AB. So all these belongs to our language L. Okay. So this is the inverse homomorphism property. So the inverse homomorphism of a regular language is also regular. This is also regular. This is the ninth closure property of a regular language. Okay. So all the strings are simply representing ABAB, which is our language, right? Okay. I hope you all are clear with this. Let us see one more example regarding inverse homomorphism. Now, let L equals to AA, AABB, BAAB, ABABA. This is our language. And our homomorphism function is h of 0 is AA, h of 1 is BB. Then H inverse, I mean inverse homomorphism function applied to our L will give 0 because AA is represented by 0. AA is represented by 0. Next AA, BB. AA, BB. AA means 0, BB means 1. Next BAAB. BAAB. But for this BAAB, for this you don't have any homomorphism functions, right? So you can't write any string for BAAB. Next, let us see one more thing. ABABA. For this also you don't have any homomorphism functions, right? So for this also you cannot generate any other string. Okay. So this is the inverse homomorphism of this language. Now let us apply the homomorphism function. 0 AA, 0 1 AA BB. This is also regular. This is also regular. But what you understand by these two examples means homomorphism of its inverse can be subset or equal to the language. In the first example, when you have applied homomorphism to its inverse, it is generating all the strings as ABAB. As a whole, it is generated the language, right? But in example 2, it is generating only 2 strings of a language. So, homomorphism of its inverse can be subset or equal to the language. That you have to remember. Okay. So, these are the 9 closure properties of a regular language. Thank you.